It's Good Friday and we are here at Willesden on the West Coast Main Line. Not very often we get to close the West Coast Main Line, and it's important that when we do as much work as we can. On Tuesday morning we are going to hand back, and that means throughout the weekend everything that we do has to be of the highest quality. Then it means that the passengers on Tuesday won't even know that we've been here. All they'll see is nice clean ballast, nice new track and full line speed, and that's great for passengers.
At Willesden Junction this weekend, we're putting the passenger first by attempting to hand the track back at high speed and hopefully line speed. The line speed here is 90 miles an hour and the enhanced permissible speed for the tilting trains is 120 miles an hour. By using progressive assurance, we can see if the subgrade and the formations are going to be stiff enough to take the high-speed trains. If it turns out not to be stiff enough when we measure it, we can always open at a reduced line speed. Also this weekend we're trying lots of innovative techniques. One thing we're particularly innovative is the SX10 scanner, where we can actually take a point cloud and actually see if we've built the track correctly using photogeometry.
Welcome to Willesden North Junction, where we're actually renewing the junction over this fabulous bank holiday weekend. In line with Andrew Haynes' policies, putting the passenger first. What we're doing out here today will actually provide a more reliable, more maintainable solution for the railways.
So I'm here today at Willesden North Junction, one of the last jobs we're doing for the S&C South Alliance before we transition through to CP6. What's great to see is all the innovation and the journey we've taken over the last 5 years, and that's down to the hard work and effort from the teams.
We've developed a three-stage delivery strategy. Stage 2 is Easter 2019, where we're installing 2 NR60D crossovers from the down fast to the down slow.
We're installing geocells and a sand blanket. So geocells are particularly useful when you've got a softer subgrade material. What they do is they reinforce the track bed formation layer and provide a really stiff base layer for you to build your track on. So what we've been doing is putting the geocells in. They're a plastic honeycomb shape and we expand them out. Following that, we'll fill it up with sand, and that's what creates a really stiff base layer. Following that, we use the whacker, and then you'll freeze traffic over it and you've got a nice stiff formation layer.
We're looking at a number of issues surrounding ballast dust and how we could basically get rid of the dust. I got in touch with a company called Apps 10 who provide us with some fantastic dust suppression units. These units are very versatile in the fact that we can move them around anywhere on site where we need to use them. 2 issues we've got. One, obviously we've got the silica dust that we need to protect our staff from, but we also have an environmental impact as well on the emissions into the atmosphere. So we're delivering 2 things in one go.
My job here today is to oversee the installation of 2 crossovers going in with coalhouse rails, PEMs and LEMs. The reason we're using PEMs and LEMs is because we can put in panels from 60 to 70 metres long, 6.5 metres wide, which will save welding and other works after.
I'm here today to ensure that we give the track at the highest line speed and safe speed that we can to make sure our customer gets full value. Behind me is our new machine. We've got 2 machines.
As part of the progressive assurance at Willesden Junction, we're using DTS, and this weekend we're fortunate enough to have the 2 brand new coalesce rail 094S DTS tampers. The DTS will help us consolidate the ballast, simulating the passage of the trains. This will help us with a line speed handback.
Here at Willesden North Junction, we're using the Guido IMS system to survey the track. This gives us greater accuracy while as-built and behind the tamper, which in result helps us to improve our track quality. We also get less downtime on site as we are able to create the front offset files for the second pass of the tamper while surveying.
This morning at Willesden Junction, the S&C South Alliance successfully handed back Willesden North Junction on time. We handed back at the line speed of 90 miles an hour. Using progressive assurance throughout the weekend, we realised that we couldn't achieve the 120 miles an hour as the formation stiffness wasn't sufficient enough to support this high-speed handback. This shows that progressive assurance works and we always put the safety of our passengers first.